Hello divas, dudes, and dolls, I'm Kira Couture and welcome back to my worldwide wet little review show, Very Slay, where we go over each and every main stage runway look on Drag Race Thailand Season 3. And that little alliterative bit at the beginning of this video is actually the runway theme for this first episode. So, we've got some wet looks to discuss today. I am kind of sad that they put it in more of a normal Drag Race format. The things that made Drag Race Thailand unique across the franchise are just now gone, and it's just normal Drag Race. And nobody went home, so we get to know all these queens a little bit more next time. If you want to keep up to date with all of these different looks and every other Drag Race season that's currently airing, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those lovely little things. We're getting really close to 800 subscribers, and I'm on the road to 1,000, hopefully very soon, fingers crossed. It's a free way to help support the channel and the content and keep it all coming. So who can really complain about that? For anyone new to the show, when we get into these looks, if I think it met the brief, got the job done, but didn't blow me away, we give it an okay. If it knocked my little socks off, we give it a slay. And if I think it was just dry, we give it an A. That's all in efforts to find my weekly Slay of the Day, my favorite look of the whole episode, which will go head to head against our current ranked Slay of the season, which is currently Gigi Ferocious's promo look. And I'll be illustrating whichever look holds that Slay of the Season title once we've crowned a new drag superstar. Sneak peeks of that illustration and all the other art and busy little things I'm working on can be found over on the Patreon starting at the $3 tier level. You can also join as a free member to get exclusive access to discussion posts for every episode of every franchise that is currently airing. That being said, I am still very behind because of this move. I'm working to get caught up. I'm hoping that by next week we'll be good to go, so bear with me. But because this is the first episode, we have entrance looks, and those looks will also be discussed in that post. If you want to see my opinion on those, be sure to head on over there as well. Now, with all that business out of the way, let's dive into these looks. Starting us off this season is Gigi Ferocious, and she's nearly nude in this little sparkly, borderline chainmail almost bikini. I think her skin looks incredible. I mean, she's well oiled up, her mug's great. It works for the theme, but it's really simple. Realistically, there's not a whole lot of design going here. It's like a very bare bones look, and it's mostly about the skin. I think it is effective, I think she looks great, but I wish it was like a little further elevated. I think there's a couple other looks that do the same concept, but better. So for me, I'm gonna give this look an okay. Love her though. Then up next we have Nani Sfera. I actually really like this. I think the hairstyle works. I think the dress really works. I love the color being like a near nude out of this vinyl latexy material, so it reads really slick. The stonework on it really helps as well. But my favorite part of this is easily the skirt. The way that it's like attached to the wrists, that drape, and like the work and the textile on all of that looks so good. It really helps create that water effect. I wish the hair wasn't yellow, and I really don't like it from behind, but it's effective. I'm gonna give it a slay. Up next, we have Shotgun, who is an oyster, which I think works because she's like from the ocean. But that being said, I don't really think this is the best execution of this concept. The back piece is so heavy that it's like falling off of her while she walks the runway, which is unfortunate because this look as it is alone is actually quite beautiful, and I really enjoy it when you see it just still. Oyster shell is the best part of it. The bodysuit is fine. I like the pearl and the pearl strands, but I think that overall the execution could have been a little bit cleaner. I do love it though, still, so I'm gonna give it a slay. Then up next we have Zeppy. I loved this look from like the waist up. I thought the clear plastic shell thingy that's warped around her looks great. Her mug's stunning. This is more so the hair that I was kind of hoping to see more with Nani Sfera's look. I think it looks better than her hair does. Ultimately, this is a little Nude Illusion bodysuit, and she's doing this like little shower bath time fantasy. I think it works. I like the little loofah. I like the bubble details. I wish there'd been more of the bubbles. Like, I wish she had gone full out with that concept because they are very bare bones with them on there. But it works for me. I'm gonna give it a slide. Then we have Sarasha Hot Sauce, who is props for novelty. I'm gonna give her that much. I think she really went like for the goofy, campy humor of it, which is fine, but I really don't like it. It's just like a little top that's a Nude Illusion, or it's like a Nude Illusion top and a skirt and an ugly wig, all covered in cum. Like, I see the joke. I appreciate the humor of it. I think the look could have been done in a way that was still both funny and like a little risque and also elevated. This feels a little too pedestrian for me. I'm gonna give it an okay. Very hesitant to, but I'll give her that. Then we have Benzadiva. I actually really enjoyed this presentation. I loved this hair. I loved the drape work in this dress. I love like how the garment piles together and how it's just stuck to her. It really does just look like she just jumped in a pool and then walked out. I think that's really effective. And it's really clean. And I don't think you can go wrong with a clean, classic silhouette that works. It's a slide. Then we have Sam Fusri. The color is really what I love about this. I think it's beautiful. The placement of everything and the hair looks great. Overall silhouette of this is cool. I like the dragon motif, but it also just feels like the dragon is there. It's not really implemented into the design in the most interesting way. There's some cool ideas here, but I think there are some things that could have been cleaned up to make it a little more impressive. Still gonna give it a slay though. Then we have Spicy Sunshine, who is doing this like little water gun look. I don't know, I think this kind of works. It's really simple, but that's kind of her aesthetic from what I gather. It's pretty minimal, but I think this still works. There's something about this that's very Coyote Ugly to me that I think makes it land. Do I think it's the most impressive thing I've ever seen? God, no, but I'm not mad at it. And I think she got the job done in her own little way. So I'm gonna give this a soft slay. Then up next we have Karamite. She's a very similar idea to Benza's look, where it's the wet fabric and the way it's like draped and stuck to itself, but this is significantly worse. I don't like this. It's not the right size for her. It's just not a flattering garment, and the presentation of it was real weird. It's an A. Then we have Frankie Wonga. This I loved. The directional pull of the hair, the necklace, and this tank top, where it's all going the same way, it really lands. Like, she truly swept this episode. Best talent show. I loved this runway. I thought it was really, really effective, and it's got that kind of fun, kind of zany twist to it. Even though we've seen this concept before in general, it works for me. It's a slay. And then we have Godland, who looks so expensive here. At first I wasn't super impressed with her because she's so minimal in terms of like clothing, and when you don't wear a lot of clothing, it leaves a lot of room for criticism because there's not a lot to critique. And when we're critiquing the looks, it's all about the full execution. This is a well-executed idea. She looks like she's just dripping in diamonds and just straight out of the ocean in like a fragrance commercial. I absolutely adore this. And I normally don't like really sculpted hair like this, but on her, I think this works for this look. And even though I think this works, I almost wish that she would have just come out with like just wet hair, just slicked back wet hair with this look. I think that would have looked so chic. And that's the only real thing I would have changed with it. Everything else I thought was wonderful. This is a slay. And now it's time to pick my slay of the day, my favorite look of the whole episode. And I think it really comes down to those last couple of looks. For me, it is truly between Frankie and Godland for that top spot. I'm not really sure which one I want to go with because my brain keeps going back and forth. I appreciate the like classic beauty approach that Godland went with, and I think it is still very chic and fashiony. At the same time, I really appreciate the more comedic take that Frankie went with it. And ultimately, both of these are things that we've kind of seen before, but I liked the design work and the fabric manipulation of Frankie's a bit more. So Frankie is going to take our slay of the day for episode 1. And we're going to take this look and put it up against Gigi Ferocious's promo look in our first battle of the season. I think these are both really well done looks. However, there's one that fits my art aesthetic just a smidge more, and I think that is going to still be Gigi. So next week's the design challenge, so we will see then if any of these girls can knock Gigi out of that top spot. We'll just have to find out next time. As always, once again, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for even more Drag Race Thailand fashion reviews. And be sure to go out there, y'all. Stay kind, stay queer, and make sure that your day is very slay.